Alright guys, I got a Ford F700 91 dump truck and doing thermostat replacement while putting the old ones back in actually. They were new about a year ago, but this guy's had problems with it overheating, so I gotta replace the fan clutch and plastic fans right here. But yeah, anyway, I'm putting the thermostat's back in it, so when I get the new fan clutch, all I have to do is pop that in there and everything will be done. So anyway, I put a little bit of gasket maker on this side to where it'll hold this gasket in place so it don't slide around on me. And also cleaned up the bolts here with the wire wheel, and I also did this too. And it's real pitted a little bit, so that's why I put the gasket maker in there. Anyway, but on these F700s, on the 7 liters, your thermostat housing will be right there, and these will just kind of set in there, so you have to be real careful when you go and put the housing back on. Those don't fall out of place. You can take this whole assembly out and reassemble this whole thing a lot easier by taking out one bolt there. There's another one way back behind there, behind the distributor, but as you can see, there's not much room to get in there. So I'll just work at it from right here and be careful and put it on. Here's your hose clamp, or your hose goes on it. Your big old air box will sit right in here. Go ahead and just take that completely out. It'll make life a lot easier. Just a couple clamps and hose clamps that connect into it and whatnot. Some hoses. So those just came off pretty easy actually. Slide them off, and there would be some big huge squirrel clamps here going around this bar. Take them out too, and then your whole air box will just come right out. But yeah. Right in there is where the fan clutch was at. And while running, this thing was practically overheating with no thermostats in it. And the radiator was super hot. So I know we got flow. And I know the water pump's pumping. So you can stick your hand in here. Well, actually a newspaper, but you know, I'd be able to stop the fan actually with my hand while it was almost overheating. So put a new fan clutch in it, put the new thermostat housing back on, and should be good to go. Also got to do hinge pins on the driver's side because they're sagging pretty bad. But the thing is, you can't buy parts for these things anymore. And also, to buy a fan clutch for these things is almost impossible because no one sells them anymore. But I did find one on eBay. I'll give you the part number in the description if you want it. It's for a 7-liter V8 Ford F700, and they fit pretty much quite a lot of these different bigger trucks with different motors in them. Pretty much the same thing. But I think one was a Hayden, but they quit selling those or something. And another one was Four Seasons. Or either that or a Murray. They're pretty much the same thing, I guess. Fan clutch. So I'll give you the part number for that. And here's the thermostat housing part number for the gasket. I had a hard time finding this too. So, and AutoZone was actually able to order this for me. I mean, finding parts for this thing is incredibly hard for some reason. So the parts of these things are getting scarce. I don't know why, but I called a bunch of these bigger companies that work on these trucks, and they said they can't get hardly any parts for them either. Because I called a few of them asking if they can get a fan clutch, and they couldn't. So anyway, that's how you change your thermostats, really. I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory from right now. I mean, you just put the bolts back in, really. But that's the location of them. So there you go.